And we're not live, we're recorded, but we are here. What's up, Taisei?
Hello, guys. Hi, YouTube fans.
Yeah, let's go. We're actually on our daily call, and we have some cool stuff to go over. We wanted to go over some channel performance because it really dives into the black box of performance mags and VLAs. And we were discussing it just a few minutes ago, and Ty wanted to share one of his accounts and just kind of look underneath the hood and just have a general discussion. So
Mhm.
let's do it. Let's do it. Got to share the old screen. All right, cool. We're in it. So, Ty, tell me a little bit about your thoughts behind this account, why you wanted to test a full build PMax, and what your thoughts are so far before we dive into channel performance.
Yeah, so for this account, we want to test to maximize the visibility of that certain model, of course. So we want to sell more of the cars. We want to uh, call this saturate the market, the search. So yeah, so to give you an overview, we recently launched this full build PMax campaign just 2 weeks ago, and it shows early conversions actually. So it's actually promising.
Cool. It's not super
Hmm.
surprising that a PMax campaign would get conversions because that's essentially its main goal in life. But can you describe to people, too, in a brief sentence, what the difference is between a PMax full build and like a PMax VLA or VA?
Okay, the PMax full build contains all the assets in there, like headlines, long headlines, descriptions, images, videos, site links, etc., and also the search teams. But the difference between that is the Google or the PMax VLA, just the VLA feed campaign is just all the models only. You don't have any search terms on that or headlines or long headlines in that. Just the feed in there.
Just the feed. That's the
Yeah,
important note I take away from it, too. It only shows up on one of Google's networks, which is the shopping network,
yeah,
essentially.
correct.
And, well, according to channel performance, it actually shows up a little bit on display too, right? We've seen that happen.
Yeah. Hmm.
So, yeah, a lot of this channel has been about segmenting VLAs for shopping only, for automotive dealers, and working around Google's systems to be able to only show up on VLAs because those are the high value, ad placements. But as we move forward into 2026, we're adopting more of Google's philosophy where let's test some full builds. Like, you know, do full builds actually work? If we give Google all the ingredients and we tell Google exactly what we want, do we actually get more stuff that we
Hmm.
want?
Correct.
So from Ty's test, I'm just going to go over a little bit of a brief. We got
Hmm.
$611 spent. We have about 24 conversions, and I'm going to segment that out here. We'll have to do some blurring in the after edits about some of this stuff to keep the client anonymous, but as you can see here, there's a bunch of ASC conversions. And Ty, you've done some extensive work with ASC conversions, primary and secondary. Can you describe a little bit about the primary and secondary conversion philosophy that we've been implementing and what you've seen from that?
Okay, so our strategy for the primary conversions is just a hard conversions like the form submits. So we're using that to for that for so that Google can learn our strategy based on the goals that we have, and we put the secondary for the mostly for the bottom clicks because it's the easiest conversion that can Google can get to our campaigns. So that's why we put it as a secondary.
I think that's well put. So he's talking about the
Hmm.
hard conversions, the most, because conversion is what on a dealer website? It's action items. It's those events that we deem important, but there's a lot of events that we deem important. Just because someone clicks on a credit app button like pre-qualify doesn't mean that that click isn't worth something. It is. But is it worth more than a lead form submitted? Probably not. But they're still
Yeah.
important. So disseminating between primary and secondary conversions is important, and that's what Ty was just talking about. So you can even
Mm-hmm.
see some examples. You have ASC form submission. That's in the conversion column as 7.28. So this campaign generated about 7 form submissions or attributed to 7 form submissions. But like a button click or a VDP or CTA interaction, you'll see here ASC CTA interaction. This is not in this conversion column. It's in this all conversion column. It's a secondary conversion, which means we basically just watch it, right?
Yeah.
Google doesn't go after it, essentially.
Mm-hmm. So that's basically our backup data for our primary conversions to confirm if where is it coming, the form submits, is it coming from the VTP view or maybe say the interactions. If it's correlates our primary conversions, yeah. So that's why it works well on our it works well as a secondary conversion, just to
100%.
support the data that we have.
100%. I like it.
Mhm.
Now, we weren't really even going to get too much into the conversion weeds on this one. We wanted to get more into channel performance because that's unboxing PMax and VLAs.
Mhm.
So, channel performance, insights and reports, channel performance. All right, with the successful blurs implemented for client anonymity protection, I don't know if those words are correct. We got channel performance. So the cool thing I think about channel performance, and I want to know your opinion too, Ty, is it finally tells us where the traffic is coming from, where
Mhm.
PMax network the ads are being mostly spent on, and then what channels showing the data.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing I like looking at this right off the bat is, okay, this is a PMax full build. So we have the Discover network, Gmail, Display network, Search network, which includes shopping, Maps, Search partners, and YouTube. We have the full gamut. And we are getting exposure on the full gamut, right?
Yeah.
The one healthy thing I like to see, though, is that the majority of the budget, 90%, is spent on search in between
Right.
search and shopping, which is pretty cool to see. Any thoughts or anything you want to talk to on this piece?
Yeah, for that, actually, we're actually surprised about um the the majority of the budget goes to Google search because we know that PMax is um a lot of um what do you call this, data to or placements that we can get from that. So yeah, so we're really surprised about that. So it seems to me like Google knows where to get that conversions because of our conversion tracking, conversion setup. Yeah.
Yep.
Hmm.
So our theory in this campaign is correct because most of the conversions are coming from search. So it's spending most of its money on search with a little bit here and there. And I like
Hmm.
looking at this other view too. I don't know what results are in other. We'll have to scroll down in the table, which we will in a minute. But once we do that, we get to see where these results, these conversions, are coming from. And some are actually coming from display. There are 14 interactions from the display network ads not using product data that attributed to some results, which is cool. And it really talks about the cohesive Google marketing effort where you have these networks that are valuable, even though, we don't want to be dominant on them. They're still valuable to have, and Google will know best when to serve an ad to somebody based on the results that they get. So it's cool to see that we have results coming from YouTube from an
Yeah.
$11
Right.
spend. We have
Hmm.
results coming from display with a $5 spend. That's cool.
Yeah.
Any additional thoughts before we get in the table, Ty?
Yeah, I think that's it for me. About how we are seeing some past PMax campaigns that we have. It's entirely different that what we are seeing right now.
Yeah. I'm thinking of one more thing before we move on. I like this little table here. The dark shows ads using product data, and the hashed, let's call it a hashed, says ads not using product data. Can you describe to the audience what that means?
So yeah, the ads that using our product data sh- mostly is the products that we have basically. So it's um the vehicles that we have on our feed. So yeah, and the data, of course, it's different from the data that are the vehicles that we have and versus that we don't have. So that's the difference between those two.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So with this, it's like the Google Display Network is using not product data. So this means that the Google Display Network is not using our feed to serve ads. It's using the how do you say? It's using just our display banners or whatever creative assets we uploaded.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then for search, look at this. You have a dominant amount of, this is impressions. I wonder if I should filter from, I guess I'm looking by results, but you have a dominant amount of search using product data, but you also have a significant amount not using product data as well, based on,
Yeah.
results that way. So it's kind of a cool way to view it. Now, the analytical way that Ty's going to get into is the channel distribution report down below, because it breaks down each channel: Google Search, which includes search and shopping, search partners, YouTube, display, maps, Gmail, and Discover. So how many is that? One, technically two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's really 8 networks. But the cool
Mm-hmm.
part is we can see the conversions by network, which is sweet. So
Yeah.
tell me what your thoughts are on this, Ty, when you see it, when you go over it. What do you look for first? What do you do first? What insights can you infer here?
Yeah, first thing, I was surprised that we have conversion on YouTube first. So that's what I'm surprised of for, because on Google search, yeah, we actually expect that to have all of our conversions will be coming from the Google search, and just the visibility for YouTube and the display placement. But having a conversion in YouTube and display network is something that might be an opportunity for us to push that ads to that placement. Mhm.
100%. Yeah. That's one of the things, too. I mean, look at this. Display Network took credit for an ASC form submission. It took
Mhm.
individual attribution credit for an ASC form submission. We spent $5, and that got a
For
form
one
submitted.
form.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. Like, that's the power of
Mhm.
Google Ads marketing if it works correctly. So, pretty awesome. But
Yep.
yeah, you would expect Google search is dominant. Now, I wish they had something in here where it used this filter, ads using product data versus ads not using product data. I wish there was a filter down
Mhm.
here for it.
Yeah.
There's currently not, because that would be nice to be able to see what's going on. But we can always go into the product report and see the conversions, and we can always go into the search terms report to see search. It's just not on this report.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's nice to have if we have that, yeah, in that column
Yeah.
or in that data. Yeah.
Cool, man. Yeah. We get more of the inside the black box, and it shows that YouTube and display are worth it. They are worth
Yeah.
minimal spends. 5%, 10%. When allocated correctly, the dominant should be in
Mhm.
search, but you should have YouTube and display targeted. So it's a nice
Yeah.
all-in-one. Yeah, pretty cool.
So yeah, it tells me that we have a lot of untapped market for this.
100%.
Hmm.
Yeah, we'll talk about this more as time goes on, but this is a nice little intro to it, and we'll be looking at channel performance a lot more to indicate if our campaigns are successful or not. Any last comments to add, Ty?
Um, I think for me, just monitor the channel performance because that's when you know what's your next step about that campaign. Yeah,
Cool.
channel performance is always important, and also conversions. Actually, your conversion setup should be really good at this, so that we can tell PMax what or we can tell Google what will he will get after for that campaign.
Yeah, cool.
Yep.
I like it. That's all we got, guys. So if you want to know about more about channel performance, stay tuned for more videos. You can find channel performance by clicking in your PMax campaign and then going under insights and then finding channel performance.
Yep.
So that's pretty much it. Any last words?
Yeah. Just subscribe to David for more updates.
Oh, he comes in with the call to action.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. You guys can subscribe if you want. You don't
Mhm.
have to. If you made it this far, congratulations. You know, I don't know if a lot of people do. It looks like Rents is eager. He just joined back. So, yeah, appreciate you guys. David Feldman-Makrias. We'll talk soon. And Ty with us. You'll hear more
All
from us.
right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.